Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by my friends at Madisonville Marine. Folks, summer's winding down, which means it's time to think about next spring, next summer. What kind of boat are you going to be in? New boat? Maybe you can't afford a new boat. Maybe you need to get a really quality pre-owned boat. Well, they got warranties with them at Madisonville Marine. They have a tremendous selection. It's the biggest selection from Nashville to Georgia in terms of boats. They sell them all over the country, both online, and then they have people that come on in here from Florida, pick them up, trailer them up, and drive them back home. You don't do that with just, any old boat dealer. If you got people coming from miles and states away, there's a reason, and it's right in our backyard. If you're in the market for a boat, new, used, whatever, get down to Madisonville Marine, Highway 411 North in Madisonville, madmarine.com. They've been doing it 45 years. Madisonville Marine. Okay, back with Will Overstreet and Daniel Hood here. You guys played at UT. You may watch your old position more closely. Certainly, fans, media, we're going to be sitting there going, ooh, look at the quarterback. Ooh, let's see how fast this hype speed is. What kind of things are you going to be looking for? What interests you? What specifics are you going to be watching to see that may give you an idea as to how this thing is going to work long term? Daniel, Will, whoever wants to go first.
I'll start. I want to see how much the guys love competition. The teams that we had, like with Lane Kiffin and even Butch there that first year, truly loved getting into competition, getting into one-on-one hand fights, and not playing with emotion, but playing with technique, playing with just heart and things like that. Because if you start seeing guys get emotional and that type of stuff, it usually means you're not very good. Like when we played Alabama, when we played Georgia or LSU's, there's never any, talking crap or anything like that because it was all about competition. So I'd love to see those things and just see some guys win a one-on-one battle. See a receiver go up, make a big play. See a defensive lineman under Coach Gardner get a big sack. See a quarterback throw just a ball on a rope. Just little things like that. They're just perfect execution of the system.
I think for me, it's going to be communication. I think, one of the most disappointing things about Pruitt at Tennessee and his defense, that he was known for his defense, is, you would see games, 4 years into it, that guys were communicating and didn't know what they were going to do at the time of the snap. So how much has this coaching staff tried to put in? Have they put in the right amount to say, I'm not going to say there are going to be zero mistakes, but are you going to see a lot of confusion out there? So the first thing is limit the confusion. Have you narrowed the playbook down to make sure people know where to go, know how to get there, and they make some calls and they go play fast? That's going to be key. The other thing is we've had a lot of teams that either were fast starting first half teams and they died in the second half, or we had teams that walked in like a dead man at a funeral, just walking in and not playing and not being ready to play, and then the second half they'd go. Can this coaching staff take a team and make them play at the same level throughout the game? Can they stay involved and intense in that game, whether they're up by a lot or down by a lot? And so I think those things are really going to be key. And then the other thing is watching my position. Can we get some pass rush? Can you get somebody? Because that's going to be key for this defense. Getting people off the field is about getting sacks and getting turnovers, and so that's what you're going to have to do in a high-scoring team to limit the other team.
Let me ask you one other thing that I'm interested in seeing, but I don't know. It's kind of a hard thing to judge. It may be getting too close to the emotion that you say that's not what you're looking for. But these guys look like they were just beaten down by Pruitt. Last year, they just looked like they didn't enjoy it. They weren't having fun. This whole offseason, we've talked about on this show, usually a new coach comes in and he makes it a living hell and he drives everybody away and he's putting down his marker and trying to show you what we're going to be about. Heupel couldn't do that. He lost too many bodies. He knew, I got to keep some guys here. So he went in the other direction. He ended up playing kickball, dodgeball, movie night, come watch the Super Bowl together, cookouts, all this kind of stuff that was built toward fun. And I knew as soon as they lose their first game, people are going to say, yeah, you should be a dodgeball coach. But I do want to see if this team looks like a team that's enjoying being a team. It's been a while since I don't know, you saw it toward the very end of the Pruitt year, the one good year he had. But it's been lacking for the last 3 or 4, and part of that comes with losing, certainly. But I just wonder, do you guys put much stock in being able to see if this team looks like they're having fun versus the Pruitt hangdog, because I think you're quicker. You talk about teams that lay down and die. If you hate your coach and you're tired of being beaten up at practice, I think you're more likely to do that when you fall down and touchdown too.
And if you're confused and you don't know what the heck you're supposed to be doing, it's not a whole lot of fun out there when you're like, I don't know who I'm supposed to be guarding. I don't know what this play is. That's not a whole lot of fun. You don't want to look stupid in front of a lot of people. I mean, I just play. And when you think I might look stupid on this next play, it's not a lot of fun. So I think that you do want to see the guys bouncing around, and you will see. I think it plays into energy. It also plays into I know what I'm doing, and I feel comfortable about what I'm doing, and so I can play fast. And that is the key in any of these games. Whenever a coaching staff can hurt a team mentally or whatever, it's by saying, you know what, guys, think about a lot of crap and not about getting the guy with the ball, because at the end of the day, you put a guy in the ball's hand and you make a bunch of guys miss. I don't have to be a very good coach if I got a guy that does that. Or the other guy on the other side of the field just says, hey, the guy that has the ball, tackle him. Right? I mean, at the end of the day, it's a simple game. And so making sure your players are playing fast is the most important thing. And they'll have that fun and they'll have that enjoyment, because most guys play at this level because they like playing football. You have to take it from them for them not to like it.
I think you hit the nail on the head. One of my favorite memories of UT was Lane Kiffin's year, when we would have that circle right at the start of fourth quarter. Everyone's jumping around, having a good time. Like, that's the type of passion for a game that you want. And that was actually when I talked to Coach Heupel in the spring. That's what I told him after the practice. My favorite thing to see was it looked like the guys enjoyed coming to practice and having a good time. So we'll see if it leads to wins, but
yeah, there's a lot of.
It was good to see, because I spent 3 years in misery, playing with Dooley, and it was just you weren't comfortable in what you were doing. You didn't have confidence. I had a coach literally one time tell me that he wished that he fell down the stairs so that he could miss practice. And it's like,
wow.
And so for 3 years, you're kind of depressed going through all that. It was tough.
And we know at least he could teach them duck, dive, and dodge, right?
That's right. The 5 Ds of dodgeball. All right. When we come back, Chuck's going to make the prediction for Tennessee versus Bowling Green, and then the rest of us are going to make our predictions. Tennessee versus Bowling Green. Come on back on the Sports Source.